Boy, lucky me. I take a couple of days off for a family vacation, and some of the biggest roster moves end up happening. I'm going to be giving you guys my reaction to those. I hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace. What did I miss? Geno Smith traded to the Raiders, teaming up once again with Pete Carroll in a new location in Las Vegas under new management, technically with Tom Brady, right? They re-signed Max Crosby like I talked about last video. I think this is a good trade for the Raiders. Third round pick is a steal, but what Geno are we going to get, right? Geno doesn't have the same weapons. He doesn't have JSN. He doesn't have DK Metcalf. He doesn't have Kenneth Walker. It is a much different situation with the Raiders. It's interesting to see, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Pete. I think Pete enjoys Geno. He gets the best out of Geno, so that's great to see. Next one we have is, I talked about it last video too. There was a fan made an edit of Puka and Davante Adams, and what do you know? We have it here. Davante Adams released from the Jets, going to the Rams. This is kind of, I don't want to say it doesn't feel, I don't want to say it feels bad, but it feels interesting. It's kind of bittersweet for me because Davante Adams is a phenomenal player. He's getting up there in age. He obviously wants to win. He wants to go to a team that can win. But how does this affect Puka Nakua's output? Is he going to get different looks? Because we have seen in the past that Davante Adams, he will complain about not getting the ball. There's a Netflix show that they had a couple years back, and he was like talking about how he was like, get me the hell out of LA or Las Vegas because I can't win here. I'm destroying my body. And I don't want to say he complains, but it's a different vibe from what Sean McVay likes to have in his locker room. He likes those gritty guys, those Demarcus Robinsons, those Puka Nakuas, those Cooper Kupps, you know. They really dig in and they block and they do all kinds of things besides catch the ball. So interesting for me. The bittersweet part for me also is that Cooper Kupp was released. They couldn't make a trade for him. No, they couldn't get what they wanted for him. Obviously, he played his whole career with the Rams. He's going to be in a new uniform, new team, new setting. I think this is right for Cooper. I think that he was having a fall off and a drop off. And we have seen in the past, Sean McVay knows exactly when to get rid of a player, when exactly to keep somebody, hold on to somebody. So that one hurts a lot, right? Next up, interesting one, we have DK Metcalf. I thought he was going to go somewhere where he wants to win, where he wants to get the ball more. I think this is interesting. I mean, the Steelers is not somewhere a wide receiver wants to go, right? It's more so the receivers want to get out of there. You saw it with Deontay Johnson. You saw it with, you're seeing it with George Pickens. He's not happy there. He's a gritty dude. He fits the bill for a Steelers player, but interesting one for me. I don't know. I didn't see DK doing that. A huge one, Justin Fields signing with the Jets, 2-year deal, $30 million guaranteed. I like this move a lot, actually. I do think the Jets are in a bit of a rebuild phase, but I think their O-line isn't great. I do think that Justin Fields has that potential to be a great quarterback in the league. He has a fresh start. He is the number one. There is no backups. There is no, Justin, you're not good enough. We're going to put this guy in. They're set on having Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields a lot. I wish he went to the Raiders, not Geno Smith, but that didn't end up happening. He went to the Jets. I'm happy for him. I think he's a great player. He will continue to be great. Not the best organization to go to, but he's going to get his opportunity to show off and see what happens with him. Replacing Geno Smith in Seattle is Sam Darnold. 3-year deal, nearly $100 million. And I'm going to be quite frank with you. I don't love this trade. I don't love this play from the Seahawks or Sam Darnold. I do think that Sam had a great year with the Vikings, but he did have Kevin O'Connell. And Kevin O'Connell makes quarterbacks look good. He's like Sean McVay. He will make a quarterback that's average look great. And they make up schemes that make it easy for them to just throw the ball, right? He played well last year. There was some sightings of like, there were some signs of like, hey, Sam, you're exposed here. You don't look great here. The Seahawks are known to have a bad O-line. He's going to get sacked a lot. How do they overcome that? Are they going to have a bigger role for Kenneth Walker? You might see a lot of Zach Charbonnet. They're going to go to run game a lot, right? They don't have a Justin Jefferson for him to pass the ball to. But I think you will have a big breakout year for JSN because he's going to get a lot of targets. Another guy headed to LA, we have Najee Harris leaving the Steelers after not being able to get past that one playoff game hump. I do think that Jim Harbaugh will learn to use him. He's going to get a lot of usage out of him. I do think Justin Herbert, Ladd McConkey, Najee Harris, and all these other guys are going to get good. They're going to have a good. They're going to have a good offense. I think around him, he's a phenomenal running back. He was a Raiders fan. I think he's from California. I think this is a good move for them. They have a name running back now. I like it. I like the move. I think Najee's a phenomenal player. He's going to get the most. Jim Harbaugh's going to get the most out of him. So that'll be fun to see. They also did get Mike Williams back, which is interesting, right? He left. He went to the Jets. He went to the Steelers. Now headed back to LA to get time to play with Ladd McConkey and those boys again. And then we have the Bills signing Josh Allen to a 6-year deal, keeping him in Buffalo for 6 years. $250 million guaranteed. He did say, they asked him today, hey, why didn't you get paid more than Dak Prescott? Because you are a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And I think he was $5 million away from beating that record of Dak. But he said, hey, man, you know what? It's not about the money for me. Obviously, this is enough money for me to be okay. I live a good life. I have a good car. I have a good house. I have my wife, and I have all these things, right? Why do I need $5 million more? It doesn't make a difference to me. So I'm glad to see Josh Allen wants to be a Bill forever. I do think that he fits the bill for them. No pun intended. But, I like Josh. I do think that this makes sense. He deserves it off an MVP winning season. Lock him down. Keep him there. And then another interesting move for the Bills, we have Joey Bosa going there. They released him. They re-signed Khalil Mack. They lost a couple other defensive players, but Joey Bosa going to the Bills. He wants to win now. The Bills also released Von Miller, or they traded him away. I'm pretty sure they released him. They also re-signed Greg Rousseau, so that's another big one, another big edge player. So can Joey Bosa stay healthy? Can he help them? I think they're going to get a lot more output out of Joey than they are with than they did with Vaughn. So this is a big move for them. I like this move a lot. I think Joey Bosa needs a new start. He was with the Chargers since the beginning of his career. Showed a lot of loyalty. Him and Khalil Mack were phenomenal together. But I'm happy for Joey. It's a good team. He'll be good there. He'll do well there. Then we have the Niners. They're signing Mac Jones as a backup for 2 years, $7 million deal. Obviously, Brock Purdy has had his issues with his elbow. I think this is a good signing for Kyle Shanahan and the boys. I think Mac Jones was treated unfairly in most of the teams that he's been to. He will be a great backup quarterback for the Niners. I do think he will get some minutes, obviously, because I think that Brock Purdy is susceptible to getting hurt. I'm happy for him. I think the Niners are in this rebuild phase. They've lost a lot of defensive players. They're getting rid of a lot of key guys. They released Kyle Juszczyk, a fullback. So this is a good signing for him. I think this is a good opportunity for him to play in a different scene. I think Kyle Shanahan makes another one of those guys that makes average quarterbacks look good. I don't think Mac is can be a starting quarterback. I do think he's a phenomenal backup though. Like I was saying earlier, the Niners are in this rebuild phase. These are their key departures this season. They traded Deebo Samuel. They got rid of Leonard Floyd, an ex-Ram, Javon Hargrave, Malik Collins, Kyle Juszczyk, Dre Greenlaw, Travarius Ward, Hufanga, Banks, Moore, Elijah Mitchell, and Joshua Dobbs. So getting rid of Dobbs, you pick up Mac Jones. That's definitely an upgrade. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. And then we have the interesting one. The Eagles are losing players left and right on the defense. Seems like a lot of these guys, they won a Super Bowl. The Eagles can't sign everybody. They just don't have the same cap space, right? They have the same cap space as every other team. These are big-name players. They're going to go to big-name teams. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson headed to the Texans is a good move for him. I think the Texans are one of those teams that are on the up and up, and the Eagles are kind of like they reached the pinnacle, right? There is no higher than that. I don't think this gives a CJ the best opportunity to win another Super Bowl, but It's a good trade. He's an older player. He's been in the league for a long time. The Texans, I don't want to say he fits the bill of a Texan, but he definitely does fit the bill of a player that DeMeco Ryans enjoys. So him to the Texans. We have Darius Slay recently signed with the Steelers, or today signed with the Steelers. But I mean, those are the big trades for the Eagles there. Like I said, they can't sign everybody. Not everybody can get max contracts. You got your ring. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna tell your kids about the day that you beat Patrick Mahomes and you ended their dreams of a three-peat. It's a good move for him. I think a new scenery, a new opportunity for him. It's a good trade. I mean, it's not fun to play with a team that always wins, right? So I think this is, like I said, a new opportunity. The Eagles or the Texans are on the up and up. They're a fresh, young team. They're hungry. So a good trade for them. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.